Hi, David Sowers here.
David, last week you were down in Lake Natoma in Sacramento area at the WIRA Championships. You guys got the silver medal in a race that was decided by a bow ball, essentially. Talk about that race a little bit.
Well, that race was a nail-biter for sure. We had won our original heat on Saturday by 17 seconds, so we were going into the final race on Sunday with a lot of confidence. It was us and 5 other schools, mostly down there from the California area. And going into it, we just said to ourselves, we're going to race our plan. And a lot of other schools, they like to go out super fast in the first 1,000. We don't necessarily always do that. We like to just kind of settle into our pace, but then our big thing is consistency. We like to be consistent through not only that first 1,000, but also the second 1,000 where it starts to get really rough. So we actually started back at like 4th place, I think. And as they were calling it out, you know, the 500, we were in 4th place. And then when they called it out at the 1,000, I think we were fighting for 3rd. And by the time we had gotten up to about the 1,500, we were actually in 2nd place with a little bit of open water on Loyola Marymount, which was behind us, and UCSB was about a half a boat in front of us or so. And so at that point, we could see UCSB off to our left, and we knew we had to push. So we were going into it. We picked up our pressure, and at about the 300 or so, I think our coxswain might have started us into our sprint a little bit early, which we didn't exactly know at the time, but we started pushing UCSB pretty hard, and at one point we were actually ahead of them. It was just sort of stroke for stroke. Whoever had their oar in the water at that time and was accelerating through the stroke would jump ahead, and then the other boat would fall back. So it was just sort of that give and take sort of thing. And then at about the 15th from last stroke, something bobbled, the boat kind of went offset a little bit, and we lost just a little bit of speed, but that was all it took, and UCSB finished about 0.4 seconds ahead of us, so literally just half a stroke in front of us.
Rowing is all about getting boat speed. Do you feel like that surge for you to get back in contention was the fastest your boat has gone this year?
Yeah, I think so. Thinking about our splits, we were rowing like a 129 split, which for us during our sprint, that's pretty low. We don't usually get it to that point. So there was a lot of motivation to be pulling. Everybody was just off to our right on the shore cheering us on, and there's a lot of motivation there.
You're back in the water this week at Lake Stevens at the NCRC Championships. Your thoughts on that regatta?
Well, actually going into that one, we're not terribly worried because we've just faced a lot rougher competition down at WIRA in California. So a couple things about this regatta: we did just get a new boat that we're sort of trying to get comfortable in. So that's going to be on our minds, but we're feeling very confident going into it, and we just want to, you know, hopefully set a new personal record.
You have not rowed before this year with the SPU crew or anywhere. Talk about how has that transition been, essentially learning how to row?
Yeah, well, that's definitely been rough. Coming into it not really knowing anything, it took about a couple months just to even sort of get a feel for it. And getting placed in the varsity boat with these other guys who have been rowing for anywhere from 2 to 5 years. They're just really great rowers, and it's really helped me become a better rower, sort of trying as much as I can to get up to the level where they're at. That's been hard, but I do have a couple things going for me. I'm pretty tall, so in rowing, height just equals length, which equals power, hopefully. So that's been good, and it's been a rough adjustment, but I really do like being a student athlete.
Great. Thank you very much, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.